In my final review of the season finale of STD, I said that maybe if a show were to take place on the Enterprise, then perhaps it would give us something to get excited about. Well, I officially retract those words as we've now gotten a glimpse of how this would play out in Kurtzman Trek. And oh my god, today we're gonna bang our heads against a wall while looking at the first entry into these latest short vignettes from hell. The first of these abortions is Q&A. Well, I have a question. What the hell is this? I still can't entirely comprehend what I just watched. We start with Imposter Spock beaming aboard the Enterprise while grinning like a fucking idiot. Way to keep consistent with the character. This pile of ass was written by Star Trek Picard showrunner Michael Chabon. This should end any potential optimism real Star Trek fans might have had. We get some crappy dialogue where number one condescends Imposter Spock while he is half a straight white male, so I guess that makes sense. He asks her name, and she responds, "Just call me number one." Good lord, you are aware that that wasn't actually a running joke in the original pilot. It was her rank, you morons. Imposter Spock asks some tech questions consisting of random Googled crap that Chabon pulled out of his ass, and number one says she finds it problematic. Was that an unconscious or an actual troll? Dumbasses. She takes Imposter Spock to the turbolift on the way to the bridge, and I'm left to question, what the hell is with the large open space around the turbolift? Who designed this crap? 25% different. This is 25% stupid. Then they both have some more technobabble discussion and have an awkward stare as they both say fascinating. Good lord! The turbolift then gets stuck. What a predicament. Dumbasses, don't you have a transporter? I know that intraship beaming wasn't really a thing until the final season of real Star Trek, but Kurtzman threw that piece of consistency out the window a while ago. This idiot can't even keep up with his own canon violations. And then we have more awkward staring. What the hell? Number one notes that people don't talk in elevators, demonstrating Chabon's lack of understanding of Star Trek terminology. It's called a turbolift, you moron! But then this isn't Star Trek, so that makes sense. Then we get some more questions and some background on Captain Pike, including a bad joke about horses. Poor Anson Mount. And we get a suggestion that number one might be hot for Pike. Good lord! We then get more tech questions to reinforce the fact that they are both brainy. We get it! And number one reminds us once again that her name is number one. 5 minutes in, and I'm already sick to death of this joke. Imposter Spock tells us that he doesn't like the Prime Directive, because remember, Imposter Spock is a rebel. Number one asks Imposter Spock to give her a boost, but he gets it wrong, because unlike real Spock, Imposter Spock is an idiot. Number one tries to fix the turbolift and gets both her and Imposter Spock knocked out. Great job! Then they come to, and number one notes that Imposter Spock was smiling when he came on board and didn't know that was something Vulcans could do. This is Kurtzman Trek. It's best not to ask such questions. She found it a bit disconcerting. Well, we find this whole imposter universe a bit disconcerting. Imposter Spock says he will do his best to avoid smiling in the future. And then we get a current year reference as number one says, the strength of a Starfleet crew is in its diversity and differences. What else is there to say? 2019, yo. Then, because the dialogue is so badly recorded, it sounds like number one tells Imposter Spock to keep your freaky to yourself. What the hell? What we learn from this hell is that Imposter Spock needs strong whammons to form him as an individual. Apparently, Spock asking questions wasn't part of his nature. It was because number one told him to do so. What happens next must actually be seen to be believed. Number one breaks into song. What the hell am I watching? Then, Imposter Spock breaks into song with her. Oh my good lord. Then Spock laughs. What the fuck? You'll never see Pirates of Penzance in quite the same way again after this. I'm so sorry, Leonard Nimoy. Then, as they get rescued from the turbolift by another super whammon, number one orders Imposter Spock to forget this. Well, I don't think we will ever get that scene out of our heads, as Imposter Spock stares at number one's ass as she's lifted out of the turbolift. Then we get to the bridge, and it sounds like Captain Pike asks number one if Imposter Spock is the new Boo. Well, given that this is Kurtzman Trek, probably. Pike then asks Imposter Spock if Vulcans ever feel awe. Well, we all know he is feeling something for number one. Then number one and Imposter Spock stare lovingly at each other. R.I.P. real Star Trek, we miss you. And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and check your subscription and notification status because YouTube is being shady on these things lately. And follow me on Twitter. And as always, everyone, Thank you for watching, and have a great day.